The other day, I was watching a video and I noticed that a lot of businesses don't have an outbound lead caller qualifier. So if somebody comes to your site and you are missing them, for example, you go to the site, they put in their information, but then they leave. Let's just say they put in their information, they put in a phone number, and all of a sudden, bam, they get a phone call. And that phone call is your AI automated assistant calling them to find out more about what they want. Maybe they want to know the pricing. Maybe they want to know if there's an appointment available, or maybe they want to know more about you and what your business offers. Either way, having somebody and something be able to follow up right away with the person that is on your website is not a bad idea. In fact, it's a really good idea because a lot of people are now bouncing, which is a bounce rate. And on average, I'd say probably 80% bounce off of a site because the party isn't happening on your website. It's happening on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or wherever they are. But if they are able to get onto your site and get an authority roadmap and put in their name, their phone, their email, and their website URL, and all of a sudden they get a free AI authority roadmap, and then in 3 to 4 minutes, they get a phone call. Hey, this is Nicole's AI assistant. So what does that look like in the background? How is that built? What does that mean for the average customer? What does that mean for you if you are to invest in something like that? And what does it mean for your customer or your potential customer if they're to come to your site and they're able to fill out a form and get your AI assistant, who is really good at talking to people, on the phone? Doesn't that help you? I would think so. So let me show you exactly what I built. This is the AI Authority Report and the Outbound Lead Qualifier. And how this works is within a software that's called N8N. And if you know anything about N8N, you know it's not easy to set up and it's pretty hard to get third-party integrations in it. But it is a faster way than it used to be. Let's put it that way. So this is what happens after somebody fills out these just four: name, phone, email, and website URL. And if you want to try it out, go ahead. When you finally get to the point of filling this out and you put your I'm not a robot and you click email my authority roadmap, what happens? Well, this triggers, and all of a sudden you're in a flow and you don't even know what's going on. You don't know that I have an AI assistant helping me to find out more about who you are and how I can help you. And wouldn't this be cool if you had this on your site? For example, if you are an attorney, or maybe you are a CPA or a bookkeeper, and you want to qualify people before they actually invest in you to help them solve their problems. That's what this is all about. So you can click Get Your AI Authority Roadmap here, and we'll send it to you. It takes about 20 minutes to run. And once you get that, then you'll also get a phone call from my AI assistant if you put in the correct phone number. If you did not and you're just, playing around, then you're not going to get much of anything. But if you are serious and you are really interested in knowing more about how this can be built for you, then you'll definitely put in your correct information and you'll be looking on the phone for my AI assistant to call you. And if they didn't call you, or for example, something happened, you might not be accepting phone calls from people that you don't know. So just like email goes into spam or trash very easily, you might have your phone settings on I don't accept phone calls from people I don't know. So that could be a way that you might want to just turn that off while you're doing this. In the meantime, just to let you know, there is another thing I want to share with you that is super, super cool. And it's a link below this video, and it will tell you exactly how to get your website FTC, Federal Trade Commission, compliant, meaning everything on the web is FTC overviewed. And if they find that you are in an arrears, you could get fined. And there are a lot of different cases out there that have gone to the FTC, and they're not nice cases when it comes to getting fined. So if you are interested in learning more about how you can put your information into this link that I'm going to give you below, and test your site to see if you're FTC compliant, then you'll be able to find out what you're missing and what you can do to solve that problem. And that's a pretty big problem to solve. So make sure that you take a look at that as well. And make sure that you are waiting on your phone for my AI assistant, Morgan, to call you and ask you a couple of questions, why you came to the site, and some other things that could potentially qualify you and me to work together if in fact there is a fit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, this is what I have built. And this is not easy to build. A lot of people on YouTube are like, oh, it's so simple and it's so easy, and they make it sound really sexy. It's not. It is very difficult, and there are a lot of things that go wrong. In addition, when you do get these built for you, there needs to be a human in the loop. It's not perfect and doesn't run 1,000% perfect all the time. There are going to be glitches, updates, hiccups, things that have a problem. People fill out forms. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised at people filling out forms, and they fill out the name incorrectly. They fill out the phone number incorrectly. They fill out the email incorrectly. And of course, they're going to fill out the website URL incorrectly. So you have to build that into everything, because when they put in something incorrect, your AI bot needs to either check it or figure out how to fix it. Because if they didn't put it in correctly and they're expecting something from you, and then they get angry with you because you didn't send it to them, but really they didn't fill it out correctly, then you're the one that has to fill in the gaps of how is this consumer going to be filling just four things, really simple things, right? You'd think people would get it right, but I'm telling you, pretty much, 7 times out of 10, they get it right, but 30% don't. So that said, I've got to go take my dogs for a walk. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, make sure you go to the link below and get your site researched for FTC compliance, because that's super important. And also make sure that you go to the NicoleJolie.com site and get your authority roadmap. Just fill this out and then make sure your phone's on. I think you can turn on your ringer, on your new phone, and wait for me to give you a call. I'll see you later. Have a great day. And make sure to like, subscribe, and tell 3 different people about this if you think that they could use an AI authority roadmap. And also have some good times with my AI assistant on the phone.